Alright guys, welcome to my first Bitcoin video. Crazy movements this morning, so I'm just quickly gonna go over the different time frames, discuss what I'm seeing, why I'm still bearish but could see some upside the next few days from here. But macro, I'm still bearish. I'll also explain why and where I'll flip bullish. So let's get into it. Alright, on the weekly, I'm mainly watching this weekly range. Simply this low as a range low and this high as a range high. This low because it's the first low, the key low made before we saw a decent bounce after this retrace from the all-time high. Okay, and then the range high is simply the first high made after this low was made. And the first high when we saw a decent retrace. Okay, we made a kind of an equal high here, so those are key levels. All right, if you look at the mid-range, you can see clearly see it has been pivotal. Support here, resistance, support, resistance. All right, so it's a pretty clean range. Ranges on the weekly, I don't use them. I wouldn't blindly long like an SFP on a weekly. Okay, I just use ranges on a weekly basis to kind of give me an overall picture on where we are trading at that moment. If we're trading below the mid-range, we're basically bearish. If we're trading above the mid-range, we're trading in bullish territory and we're mainly looking for longs. Okay, so that's also the first reason why I'm pretty bearish here, is because we're trading in the lower part of the range, so we're mainly looking for shorts down here. All right, so let's go over to the daily. On the daily, I'm watching a few key levels. The first one is this one. Okay, let me make that green. Second one is this one. Alright, and the third one are these equal highs. Okay, so why these two levels? They are both levels or key lows that got swept before we saw decent upside. Okay, so this is the low that got deviated before this massive pump to 10.5k, and this is the low that got swept or deviated before we started our massive up run, well, massive to 10.5k. okay, so they are key lows that got swept before more upside. That's also the reason why I don't take these lows. Okay, I got asked a lot on Twitter. Well, that's the reason. So those are two key levels. As you can see, they have been insanely pivotal. Yeah, all the time right here it was resistance. As soon as we broke above, we retested it and started our way up to 10.5k. And then the same on this level. Okay, we just retested it actually. Okay, and got a pretty fast reaction, up move. So those are key levels. Okay, all right, 4 hour now. On the 4 hour, I'm mainly watching this range. Okay, so we had our massive capitulation downside here, then we consolidated a little in the 5Ks here, started our up move, and then this high is the first high that caused a decent retrace. Okay, and this low was the first low made after this high that got bought up pretty quickly. So that is the range high and that is the range low. Okay, key range I'm watching. As you can see, the range high has been pretty pivotal. Resistance here, okay, deviated above, got back below, retest, resistance. Okay, another deviation, back below, another retest, and then downside again. Okay, so that range is pretty important. Also, now recently I was watching these two key lows, yeah, and the yearly and the monthly open. So those are the levels I'm working with on the lower time frames. These two lows are pretty key. Why? Because this low didn't sweep this one, okay? Instead it made a higher low, so we knew there was a shit ton of liquidity below these lows. What we saw this morning was a sweep of these lows, okay, into our daily key level and the monthly open. Yeah, we saw a pretty good buyback. We closed back above these lows, so that is not something you want to be shorting, okay? So yeah, my 30% take profit was at 6,490, so around here, which got closed overnight. It's pretty nice. And then I closed the remainder of my short position, I think it was around here, yeah, and actually flipped long. Another range I was watching was this one. Okay, key low made, and the first high made after, swept, retest, low swept, mid-range pivotal, so a clean range, okay. So when we broke above the mid-range and we're trading around here, I actually flipped long, okay. So we swept these two key lows into daily levels. That's, like I said, that's not something you want to be shorting. That's why I flipped long. What we are currently seeing is just a retest of the yearly open. I'm not full bull right now, okay? At least not on the macro perspective, on the daily and the weekly. I could completely see more upside in the coming days, but that doesn't mean I'm full bull now and only looking for longs, okay? So this is the yearly open. If we smash above the yearly open and hold, okay, then I think these highs, all of these, are next into this green daily level. So that could be a nice long opportunity, okay? If we get something like this, a low, and then we sweep that low, that would be a great long entry above the yearly open with a target this daily level, okay? If we reject here, okay, and get back below this range and see weakness and we hold below, okay, we see big sells coming in, then this was probably another deviation, okay, or a sweep of these highs into supply to the yearly open, and we're probably heading much lower. So that's basically what I'm watching right now. I'm not in any positions. I'm just waiting for yeah, a break above the yearly open or a break back inside this range, but I'll wait for proper confirmation before I'm entering any new trades. This morning was pretty nice. Shorts closed in profit and longs closed in profit, so big chilling at the moment. Alright, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.